Hey, what's up? It's Tati. We finally got confirmation from AEW themselves about the AEW Collision show, which will be airing on Saturdays, and it starts on June 17th. So I'm so glad that we finally were able to put the rumor to rest and actually have some confirmation about it. We do have a press release earlier today from TNT, basically letting the fans know that they're launching a second night of live professional wrestling, and that will be called AEW Collision. They also says this is a live 2-hour in-ring show that will air every Saturday night from 8 to 10 Eastern Time. And they also state that they will have headliners, which will include Miro, Samoa Joe, Thunder Rosa, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Andrade El Idolo. And I'm kind of surprised to see Andrade's name on here. Now, for a while, people have been saying that Andrade is trying to leave AEW so he can join his wife in WWE. I always doubt that that would have been the reason why he would want to go to WWE, because there are a lot of relationships in wrestling where, wrestlers and their spouses or partners are in different companies, and I guess they're just making it work. But it's really great to see Andrade's name there. So we'll definitely get a chance to see him, being back with LFI and all that. Also really excited to see Miro's name. Also, them saying Powerhouse Hobbs also is a big thing to me too, because I feel like lately he hasn't, I don't know, they haven't been using him in the right way since he had won the TNT title, and they took him off him really, really quick. So this is I guess, with them having an extra 2-hour show, will be redemption, not just for Powerhouse Hobbs, but for a lot of people who are on this roster and kind of feeling out of place and not being used. So this will definitely help, since there's extra time for them to incorporate everybody who's back there. Now, I looked through the AEW website where they have all their events and everything. I do not see this particular event on there. So there's no tickets on sale or anything. They're probably going to announce that tonight. Oh, and speaking of announcements, you already know Tony Khan had announced last week that he has an announcement for this week of Dynamite, which was a little bit weird, but he is going to be on and announcing most likely about Collision. But let's be real though, if he only comes on and mentioned Collision, then it will feel like a bit of a letdown, because by the time Dynamite starts, everybody and their mama already gonna know about this. So the best thing that I'm hoping for is that he'll announce, the Collision show, and also something of importance, close in importance with that, because we already know what's going on by the time the show airs. Now, they did show the picture on their Facebook page, and it looks really, really great, the logo and everything. And the logo really shows homage to the WCW Nitro logo. They also was on TNT as well, so you do see that in the logo. And also on their Facebook, they show a picture of FTR, and they ask who will be the first main event of AEW Collision. Right now, it's hard to tell what would be the best main event for that show, because it's a month away. Anything can happen along that. So right now, whatever's going on Dynamite and on Rampage moving forward, you'll get a better picture of what could possibly main event the very first episode. But I'm really, really excited to see this. And for everybody who's hating on AEW, whatever, y'all can hate all y'all want, but obviously there is success for them to have pick up another live show, a 2-hour show on a Saturday night. This is absolutely huge, and congrats to AEW in just 4 years making really, really big accomplishments. I absolutely love it. Now on to another big thing. One of my subscribers had asked me the other day if once they announce Collision, if they should have a brand split. Now, I personally say no. What I do think they should do is separate ROH, which they should have their own set roster, and also they can have a few AEW free agents, I guess, if you will, to be over there to not just help with promoting, but to help elevate the show. So some of these really big guys, we got Claudio who's over there. We have Samoa Joe. We've had Wheeler Yuta, who was a pure champion. These guys who's, have established names in AEW can be in ROH and help out that roster. And I've been seeing, well, at least with Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, they've been having matches where even though their opponents would lose, they still benefit by, having really great solid matches with other people that you might not be familiar with. Now, once it comes to the AEW shows, which is Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, if Tony Khan can't figure out how to use everybody else, and also in a good way, then there's a problem. There's no reason why they need to split things up yet. Now, I don't want to make it a big deal by bringing up WWE, but when WWE did the draft, the first time it happened, I thought this is kind of pointless. Like, why do they really need to separate people? To be honest, back in 2002, their roster was stacked with superstars, multiple superstars, and they really didn't need it, to be honest. So when you think of that standpoint, AEW don't have multiple superstars. They do have some. However, I don't think they're at the point where they need a brand split. They just need to get shit organized and how to, feature everybody across 3 shows aside from ROH. So I feel like that's not a big deal. They should be able to do that. Now, if in the future things aren't working out and the show isn't flowing well between all 3 shows, or they're just not getting it going the way they should, then maybe they should have certain people on certain nights, and maybe that will work out then. But right now, I don't think it's something that's necessary. Once they have a roster for ROH, then whoever's left, they'll be able to figure out what to do with these people. It's a shame. They have a very, very great roster with tons of great professional wrestlers, but they don't have enough superstars, and that's what they really need to focus on. And having an extra 2-hour show a week will definitely help a lot of people, put out their superstar potential out there, and they'll be able to have bigger names with their roster. I think this is a really great thing that AEW has this, because a lot of times there are people that would be getting somewhat of a push, and all of a sudden you don't see them anymore. Or there are some people that you really like, you see them one week and then you don't see them anymore, and they're not even injured or whatever. If anything, they're focusing a lot on bigger names or whatnot, or the storylines are just not being consistent. And that's what Tony Khan needs to work with. And like I said, having that extra 2 hours should really help without them having to split any rosters. That's how they should start. And move forward. And if in the future things are just not working out like how they thought it would, then yes, like I said, I don't see where the show's going to take place. It would be nice if they came to Florida and I'd go to that show. That would be awesome. But I don't see any particular place for that. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. It's another extra show, another reason for me to come back on YouTube and review another show. So I'm really, really excited about that. Tony Khan, when he comes on tonight, he needs to not just mention the Collision, but there better be something else along with that, because everybody by 8 o'clock is already going to know about the show. So it would be a waste of time if he just came on to just announce the Collision show. There should be something else following that. Now, a lot of people are already feeling some type of way because we don't hear CM Punk's name attached to this whole Collision thing. And the dirt sheets have been talking about how this Collision show was for CM Punk and for anybody who wants to work with CM Punk. What kind of bullshit is that? I'm just going to say this. If you're at work and you work with people you don't like, go somewhere else. If you don't like them that much, go somewhere else. Where people have to come up with special accommodations so that you don't work with so-and-so that you don't like, that's absolutely insane. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm a mark for CM Punk. I'm just saying, like, this is real life. Even though this is a business and entertainment, this is real life. You don't like certain people, and you just don't even want to acknowledge their existence. So now the show gotta change so that you can be happy. Get out. Just go. You know, it doesn't even make sense for it to be that deep. It doesn't. And anyway, if anything, CM Punk will bring a lot of eyes over to AEW. He's done it before. And if you thought that the whole thing that happened with the Elite has, you know, made people dislike CM Punk even more, sure, there's a few people, but a lot of people still don't care and would love to see him on TV. And I'm so sorry to say this for everybody who loves the Elite or whatever. Aside from Kenny, I'm not going to go out of my way to see the Young Bucks. I'm really not. I would go out of my way to go see CM Punk. I would go out of my way to see Kenny Omega. But anyone else who has a problem with it, just leave if it's bothering you so much. Anyway, I would like to see CM Punk if he does, come back to AEW. That's all up to him. If that's what he wants to do, I do think that would make a really big difference. When he was there, there was a different feel in the atmosphere over there with AEW as far as the entertainment goes. So I would really, really like to see him come back. If not, AEW still has their roster and they need to make some big stars over there. I'm excited to see the show. I think it's going to be great. It's going to take some while for it to really, really stand out on its own. But I'm really happy for AEW, and I'm even happier for pro wrestling for having more success. And I want to see more success from other promotions in the near future. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I'll be back later on for my review for Dynamite. Bye.